everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. It's really Friday today, and so let's get right to it. Trying something different. I don't know, but okay. So at Anna's place, Anna is really paranoid and asks asks Griffin if Paul sent him and if he's wearing a wire, and he says that he just thought talking about it would make her feel better, and look, I'm not wearing a wire. I thought he was going to show her his scar. I thought the scar was going to be significant, but not yet. He says, he is who he is, and he wants her to run a DNA test to show that he is Duke's son. That did not work in a sentence. But he wants her to trust him, and he wants her to forgive herself for whatever is bothering her. At the DA's office, Paul's on the phone with Carlos and wants him back, and Carlos asks if the deal still holds. Paul is like, yeah, and Carlos is like, you know what? I'm not stupid, and I know that Sonny and or Julian would try to take me out even if you and Anna are off the hook, so no deal. Paul offers him protection, and Carlos wants to stay as far away from Paul as possible, but Paul hasn't sent him his payment yet, and Carlos threatens to expose him if he doesn't get his money. And Anna shows up at Paul's office, and she wants to know if he's close to pulling Carlos in. Any updates, huh? He tells her to be patient. Yeah, okay. And Anna tells him about Duke's son. She doesn't like being paranoid, and she's bringing in her own resources to find Carlos, and he tries to talk her out of it. Go figure. At Julexis's place, Parker's like, no, this can't happen. Hitch technique didn't work. And Christina calls her out on mixed signals. Thank you. Yeah, this is obnoxious of this professor. She should know better. Parker admits to being attracted to her, but she doesn't want to jeopardize her marriage. And Christina's like, well, then why do you keep coming around me? Why are you at my house? Why do you keep telling me I'm special? Why do you keep telling me you care? I feel for her. Like, no one deserves to be pulled around like that. And Parker and Christina talk more in depth, and Parker wants her to explore this side of herself, but without her. At the hospital, Sonny's trying to make nice with Epiphany. She's still mad that he put her in the position he did with the walking, don't tell anyone. Griffin's late. Epiphany says he probably has a reason. Milo comes up, and can we actually see Milo and Epiphany's relationship? I love hearing about it. I would love even more to see it. Just saying, just putting it out there. Milo said he would have killed Carlos himself for what he did to Sonny, and I'm like, hashtag excuse to bring Milo back because Carlos is alive. What? Griffin shows up. He apologizes for being late, and he says he was talking to Anna about Duke, and Sonny's like, she doesn't really talk about her personal life, and he's like, oh, she made an exception for me because Duke is my father. And Sonny talks to him about Duke, and now Griffin tells Sonny to forgive Carlos, and that it's not worth what he's putting himself through just to be angry. At Windermere, Liz now recognizes her as Rachel Berlin, and she's like, why didn't I see it before? I don't know, it's been like a year and a half. Why didn't you see it before? She tells her, well, I know why, but and she's like, you left your browser up, and I'm like, yeah, obviously we weren't computer criminals, right? And she's going to tell Nicholas. Hayden, or Raiden, Rachel Hayden, hey, wants to be the one to tell Nicholas, and she's like, Elizabeth, I'm begging you. Nicholas comes in, and Elizabeth now has a choice. Does she Liz it up, or does she change direction and not tell Nicholas? Spoiler alert, she tells Nicholas. So, I mean, we have to be glad that Liz is being Liz, okay? She does good stuff sometimes. So she tells him that Hayden is Rachel Berlin and her father is Raymond Berlin, the Ponzi scheme guy. I can't believe it's years after the Madoff thing, and we're still basing stories off that. I mean, I know it'll happen for years and years and years to come. I just can't believe it. So Nicholas realizes her parents aren't dead. Good one. And he's furious. She says she reinvented herself, and apparently it's thought that she had a part in her father's crimes, even though she says she didn't, and she doesn't know where the money is, and she doesn't know anything. So she said she lost everything: money, people, her husband, which is probably that guy in the wedding picture that they tried to pass off as Jake. And she said, she was putting her life together as Hayden Barnes when Rick contacted her and was willing to pay big money because she had nothing. So Nick thinks that she's swindling him, and at this point Elizabeth leaves, and he asks why she didn't tell him the truth, like either before or when that guy recognized her as Rachel, and she says she was afraid, and that everything she did to help him, and she wasn't trying to hurt him in any way. In the attic of Windermere, Lulu thinks Laura is opening Pandora's box, but they open the box anyway. And if you want to know more about Pandora's box, you should watch Sleepy Hollow. What? Sleepy Hollow plug. So in the Pandora's box, it's a book with Scott's name in it. It's a law textbook, and Laura's like, that's really weird. But she remembers the book. Apparently, she went out and bought all of Scott's textbooks, not realizing kind of the financial situation she had put them in. So she got a job at the campus disco where she met Luke. And Lulu says maybe this is all a wild goose chase. Maybe this is nothing. And Laura throws the book down, and there's something falls out of it. It's an old wrist corsage. Scott gave it to her when they went to a formal. And she hasn't thought about that night in years. But there's nothing else in the trunk. But Laura's like, there has to be more to this. There just has to be. And our end scene. Already? What? Okay, so Anna won't give in to Paul. And Paul calls someone and tips them off that Rivera's still alive. Which is now going to send everyone who ever had an issue with Carlos right to him. Griffin tells Sonny he's been bitter and angry before, because of loss, and until he let himself forget. Basically, he let himself forgive, and it set him free, and he tells Sonny to leave Rivera in God's hands. Parker tells Christina to enjoy exploring and embrace who she is, and they hug, and she leaves. There's letters circled in the book that Laura, the textbook, there's letters, and they're like, some kind of message. What is it? What could it be? We'll really have to wait till Monday this time. And now Elizabeth leaves. Sorry, I thought she left before. Hayden, Rachel, hey, apologizes to Nicholas again, and she says she was ashamed and humiliated, and she tells Nicholas she loves him. Is this the end of them? Well, I don't think so. I mean, she has leverage on him. She could get him arrested for attempted murder. She has all the proof she needs, and she's letting Sean sit in jail, and Hayden, why you do that? Anyway, but thank you so much for watching today's General Hospital recap. Do not forget to vote for Character of the Week, best character you thought was character you cheered for that you didn't think you would. And don't forget the newest characters, Dr. Hamilton, Finn, and Roxy. They are also on the docket. Totally. Not that I'm pushing for anyone. Roxy. But in any event, thank you so much for watching today. I will see you next week for more Drama Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Ooh, I don't know if there's a new episode Monday. Let me check. It says there's a new episode Monday, so we'll go with that. If not, then, I'll see you whenever the show comes back. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and have a great weekend. I think it's a holiday weekend. Have a great holiday weekend if you celebrate the holiday, or if you don't, just have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. Bye!